So speaking of hip hop and everything, we just had the BET Hip Hop Awards last night. Let's give it some shout outs real quick and some hand claps and drop some bombs for that. So the main thing that I took away from it that was my favorite part of the night is Rhapsody winning Lyricist of the Year.
Let's clap that up.
Yeah, man.
North Carolina, come on in here. Spinning like a helicopter.
Right. They asked her, they was like, is this your first time winning an award from BET? And she said, this is her first time winning an award, period.
Wow.
Period. Why? Now, she was nominated for a Grammy, but she didn't win. I thought that was kind of whack, man, because that was for her first album. She got nominated for a Grammy.
Album was
her first album was Serious Business, and the second album. So, but yeah, man. So shout out to Rhapsody. I'm glad that you get some sort of acknowledgement. You know what I mean, from these awards. So I want to see her keep winning and winning, man. And the Hip Hop Awards was hosted by 85 South. You watched them at all?
I don't really watch them. It's not that I don't want to. I just, there's so much stuff that I watch. But I've been a fan of like DC Curry, DC Young Fly. And what I'm saying, when he was doing his shit on like Instagram and lives and stuff, man. So that, So
he's funny, man. I like him. 85 South, for any of y'all don't know, that consists of DC Young Fly, Carlos Miller, and Chico Bean. And they were always on Wildin' Out with Nick Cannon, but now that Wildin' Out is over, that kind of sucks. But they still do their thing. They travel and tour around the country doing comedy as 85 South, where they do routines on stage, just talking about just really everyday stuff, man. And I do like what they do. So, but yeah, so they did a good job at hosting. I'll give them that. They did a really good job. Of course, they didn't have like a traditional audience award show. So they just did the show from like a home setting, right? They were chilling in their living room on the couch. Yeah. And just kind of did it that way. T.I. came through during the hosting part, and Rhapsody came through. Because Rhapsody, they brought her in. They were like, we want to... want you to introduce the Cypher, because Rhapsody was actually in one of the Cyphers. Okay. And so what they did was they surprised her. They was like, we know we told you this about the Cypher, but we want to congratulate you because you actually won Lyricist of the Year. So that was dope. You know what I mean? She was very, very happy, and she was like, wow, she wasn't expecting it. So, and then her Cypher was dope, man. They had a lot of new school artists in the Cyphers, and they were pretty good, some of them. There was a couple of them, I was like, I don't know.
I have to go back and watch.
I'm sure they got them online. They did one Cypher that was kind of dope. It was a reggae dance hall Cypher.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Going back to the roots.
Yeah, they had some new reggae artists and some old school reggae artists. They had like two new ones. Then they had Beanie Man and Bounty Killer. Okay. So yeah, both of them was in it.
So you get to see the verses again.
Right.
Without the cops.
And it's funny that you said that, because Beanie Man mentioned it in his rhyme. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He mentioned the verses in there. So yeah, I thought it was dope, man. I see we got Dominic on Instagram. What's up, man? We appreciate you checking us out. Really seen Dominic in a while here, man. You know what I mean? I think he be catching us on the replay these days.
Yeah. But hey, we understand. Yeah. Life is life,
Yeah, it happens, man. But so yeah, that was really dope. I thought the ciphers were really good, and like I said, I thought it was dope that they did the reggae cipher, because at first I was like, I don't know if this is gonna be good or not, but because I didn't know if they were gonna have some old school artists. And I wasn't familiar with some of the new ones, but they all sounded really good. What they did was they played the beat to Damian Marley's Welcome to Jam Rock. Okay. I don't know if you remember that. Welcome to Jam Rock. It was back in the early 2000s. Yeah, man. So that was dope. And then also the other cipher they did an R&B female Cypher.
R&B? How you doing that?
But see, what it is it was kind of dope, actually. It turned out dope. They actually did, instead of singing, they actually rapped. So they had Tiana Taylor.
Okay.
Erykah Badu.
Okay, I can see that.
And what they did was they played Brandy's song, I Want to Be Down. And remember how they did the remix with Queen Latifah and all of them? They kind of did that version, but with new people. Okay. So they did Tiana Taylor, Erykah Badu. Brandy actually got up there and rapped on it too. Okay. And I think it was one more person. I can't remember. I apologize. But that was actually dope. Because I was like, why y'all going to do an R&B cypher? But then when they all started rapping, I'm like, okay, this is dope. It kind of took you back to that Queen Latifah version with MC Light and Yo-Yo and all that. So I thought it was dope, man. And you know who had the best bars was Erykah Badu, man. I love her. Yeah, man. Of course. I'm still in love with her, man. That's my other wife right there, man. So one of these days.
Man, she look bad. I tell you what, she's a bad looking woman.
Man,
like bad, not as bad, but bad isn't good. But right. I'm saying the hell away with her.
Yeah, man. She look like she'll put it on you, boy.
I'm saying the hell away with her.
Yeah, man. So
she look crazy.
But yeah, man.
Overall, she cool, but she crazy.
Yeah, she fine, man. But her bars was dope though. I gotta give it to her. But the overall BET Hip Hop Awards were really good. I think anybody should go check it out. You know what I mean? There was one thing that I did notice. Cardi B was nowhere in there.
Wow.
She did not get mentioned or even nominated. I was like, whoa. I mean, come on. Nah, I mean, I know nobody. I think the public opinion was that the whole WAP song was just a little too much. I think they just felt like, I think the kids liked it, but like, you know, people like in the awards and academies and all that probably felt like it was a little too much. Now, Megan Thee Stallion, she did win. She got nominated a couple times, so you know. So
she was there.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if she was live. I think she was. She wasn't on location.
Okay.
But she was nominated several times.
Yeah, so, but that's the thing, though. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, and I'm not trying to cape for them or anything like that. But that song was probably, and I hate to say it, it's probably song of the year.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people love this song, man. I mean, you know what I mean? So it's like, just because she's talking about sex, y'all going to kind of basically shun her from the awards.
Y'all doing
at least got nominated.
She talking about stuff that half of y'all motherfuckers got here because your parents met up.
Exactly.
And your mama had the wet box. And your daddy was like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to put this up in here. And then here you are.
And, what's funny though, they had Megan Thee Stallion, and she got nominated. I mean, she talked about sex all the time. They had nominated the City Girls. I don't know if you're familiar with them.
I think I heard of them.
Yeah, they do nothing but rap about sex all the time. So it's like, why Cardi B keep getting targeted, man? I don't like that. You know what I mean? And then they let the City Girls perform, and they had on these body suits and all of that, and these little cat suits, and looking like Josie and the Pussycats up there. You know what I mean? I was like, come on, man. But Cardi B ain't even getting nominated. I mean, I didn't hear a word. Her name got mentioned. Her name ain't even get mentioned.
Yeah,
so I don't know, man. I just thought it was kind of whack, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, if y'all can, go back and check out a replay of the BET Hip Hop Awards. It was really good. You know what I mean? Let's talk about the crisis in Nigeria.
Yeah.
The SARS situation, if y'all don't know, it's not the disease SARS. It's about a task force that's wreaking havoc in the Nigerian communities. So basically, there's a group called SARS, and it stands for Special Anti-Robbery Squad. So basically, they are like a police task force that were put in place to kind of stop, and they were kind of using them to kind of keep the protests to a bare minimum if people were getting rioty and too much. You know, they were basically just supposed to help keep the peace. But I think that somebody, like maybe I don't know who it was, maybe the governor or somebody or some kind of person in a high ranking gave the order that it was okay for them to pretty much go out and just start taking people out. So they just lately they just been wreaking havoc, man, killing innocent protesters, people who are doing nothing. You know what I mean? So I definitely want to pray for Nigeria, because when these task force start getting out of hand like that, man, they let that power go to their head. You know what I mean? Have you been hearing much about this?
One thing I will say about it is, and especially being an African American here, Nigerian,
ain't none of y'all.
Quit fucking calling us Akatas.
Yeah.
Quit that shit. I mean, and let me be clear. I want them. Yes, we see you play. We do stand with you, because yeah, that can easily happen here. I mean, you know, they shooting us in the street. You know, they're doing stuff, you know, to us, and it is kind of, you know, it's pretty much their own government against it. So we understand. But when we in play, don't be over here and be like, oh well, you know, we need help. You know, that's right too. You a kata. You know what I'm saying? That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? If you, and we the type of people, like, you know, hey, if you're suffering, man, like, hey, look, man, this is kind of fucked up. You know,
right.
we'll stand up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I'll just watch that shit.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely not trying to do that to be like, you know, on no beef shit and stuff like that. I'm just saying, look, we all, it don't matter what, you know, what we look like or whatnot. We're all getting, if you ain't making, you know, trillions and trillions of dollars, you getting oppressed in some form of fashion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, whites might not get as much as the oppression, but you still getting oppressed in some form of fashion. So we all need to just stick in here together and work something out.
Yeah, man. I just hope all that, you know, ruckus over in Nigeria calms down, because, you know, innocent people don't need to lose their lives, man, for no reason, man. You know what I mean? So, you know, it is what it is, but, you know, I'm going to keep them in my prayers, and, you know, hopefully things will calm down really soon. Because, you know, when people, sometimes, man, that power goes to your head. And, you know, speaking of that, we gotta talk about Walter Wallace Jr., man, because sometimes, man, the cops, man, they take that power into their head, man, and they just like, I gotta do what I gotta do. Boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? So let's talk about Walter Wallace Jr. Real quick. So this was the man who was recently killed in Philadelphia by police. They were called, and when they got there, they saw him holding a knife, and, you know, he was walking around, but they didn't want to listen to reason, because his mother, I believe, was there and kept telling him he's mentally challenged. This man has bipolar disorder, and they basically didn't care about that. So here's what I know. Initially, they were called a couple of times, and when they called the first time, they asked for an ambulance because they knew he had an illness going on, and they wanted him to get some help. But instead, the police arrived ahead of them, and that's why it turned into what it turned into, because the police get there and they're just like, oh, well, there's a guy with a knife. So, you know, they automatically start pulling out their guns. You know what I mean? So now this is the thing. What I find really funny, there's a guy who's the president of the police fraternity for that area, John Nesby. He said our officers are being vilified for doing their job and keeping the community safe.
Get the fuck out.
What part of the game is this where you think that's keeping the community safe? You know what I mean? Because my thing is, they have this whole trigger happy, you know, if you walk toward me, I'm sorry. You know, you got dark skin too. I got to pull out my weapon and I got to get ready to shoot.
Well, my thing of it is, now it is, I will say it is kind of fucked up. Well, I mean, it's no kind of, it is fucked up. The thing of it is too, they definitely could have handled that situation a whole lot better. Like they used, you know, when I was coming up, you know, they had they were showing all these non-lethal weapons, so things like this wouldn't happen. You know what I'm saying? They got suits and things that they could put on, like even if they came with a knife. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got stuff that you don't have to take no one out. Like you could just, and even if they did have guns, how come they didn't shoot at his feet? How come they didn't shoot at his leg? There's always this like, oh, we gotta shoot to kill. We gotta do this. And then on top of that, the way they were shooting, you know what I'm saying? They could have hit someone else because some of those bullets didn't hit him.
Yeah.
They was going somewhere else. So, you know what I'm saying?
And it's really sad, man. They hit him with about 5 or 6 bullets, or shot at least 5 or 6
Man, that was hard to watch because like the mom went she went ballistic.
Because it was just unnecessary. You are, as a police officer, you should be trying to more so de-escalate the situation. Try to talk to the guy. You know what I mean? And then the lady's telling you, she's screaming at you, he's got mental disabilities, so that should let you know, okay, let's try to de-escalate this best we can. Maybe he getting hyped because we getting hyped. You know what I mean? So, that's the thing. If you have a mentally unstable person, they're not going to be rational when you're trying to get escalated, in your own energy. So they're going to try to match that. So, of course, he's coming toward the police. You know what I mean? But instead of them just trying to say, look, let's relax, let's talk through this or something. And one thing I said was, why didn't they tase him? But then it comes out, they didn't have tasers. But the police chief's talking about, so, well, we'll make sure and have tasers next time.
No, there shouldn't be no.
It should have already had that shit, man. They shouldn't have to go straight for a gun.
But then y'all want to keep on, funding the police.
Yeah.
But then they don't have the equipment, you know what I'm saying? And that's another thing, too. They could have had, bean bags or something like that, and little bean bags or something.
Yeah.
But, I mean, now...
Rubber bullets and all
that. Now, granted, I will say this to play devil's advocate. Now, when people are mentally challenged, when they get, they're unnaturally strong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I do understand to the point of the cops why they would be scared. I still don't think you should be scared enough to kill him.
Right.
I don't believe they should have been that scared. I think what they should have done, if they were going to hit him, they should have hit his legs, maybe hit his arms or something, hit the knife out the hand.
Yeah, anything. I mean, because you can, even if you had to feel like you had to shoot him, you didn't have to shoot him that many times. You could just enough to knock him back so that he'd be like, okay, let me relax. You know what I mean? But you just emptying clips. Let me just keep shooting until he ain't saying nothing no more. You know what I mean? And that's the mentality that we got to get away from. I know as a cop, your job can be very dangerous. But to me, there are some instances where you have to use more common sense, man.
Well,
you just have to.
And let's say this, because there's something that a friend said to me at work. What I'm saying? 'Cause he have a friend that we know that is a cop, and some of these and the cops, man, I think a lot of them, they get these dumbass orders and all this other stuff is going on,
right?
And then they got to carry out these orders to people that don't like them, and they're already put in a bad light. And they don't, some of them, I'm not saying all of them, some of them don't like the shit they doing neither. But it's like a catch-22. You can't go against this, I'll lose the job. But if I do this, people vilify me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So it's crazy right here.
Yeah, man. But they're gonna keep saying that the cops did the right thing and all of that. So it's like you can't win, man. It's a catch-22. But to me, it could have been handled different. You know what I mean? If I had to shoot him, I would have shot him. I don't have no problem with sometimes you gotta shoot, but when you just keep boom boom boom, just keep
emptying the damn
right.
clip.
It's like, okay, slow the fuck down. One bullet is enough to take a nigga down.
Yeah, especially if you hit him in the head. If you hit that head piece,
right?
Oh, it's a wrap.
Yeah. So I don't know, man, but we don't want to keep y'all too long. You know what I mean? We got to wrap things up.
Yeah,
because the boots will be on the ground in a minute. The new S1Ws is out there. But we appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? checking us out. Said, oh, that's them.
Yeah, that's them pulling up right now.
Yeah, they're honking the horn. But we appreciate y'all checking us out week by week, and even on the replay. And don't forget, share this with your friends. And if you like what you're hearing, share it, subscribe, follow.
And let's get the subscription number up.
Yeah, man.
We are at. I know all the other podcasts and stuff and everything. They're like, oh, we at 200,000. Nigga, we at 60. Nigga, we want to be at 100.
Right.
100 by the end of November. November, because October's, I'll be fair.
Yeah.
By 100.
Yeah, help us get to 100 by the end of November. Help get to 100. We need that, man.
And if you get us to 100, I promise you, I'll get you some good mac and cheese.
There you go.
Kraft, baby.
Can't go wrong with
Kraft,
mac
baby.
and cheese.
Good mac and cheese, man.
Kraft ain't got nothing on this.
Yes, sir. Good mac and cheese.
But anyway, man. So this has been episode 139. Did you want to drop anything else before we go?
Well, I will drop this. Go ahead. Thank you for listening to us on Anchor, and which is the company of Spotify. We will have the episode up around 9-ish.
9-ish.
So thank you for checking us out and supporting us on that. We appreciate y'all guys. We love you guys. Thank you for building that up. So again, 100 subscribers. 100 subscribers.
Absolutely, man. We got more stuff coming, man. Like I said, we got more interviews and everything. And if you need to contact us, hit us up on the email, therealtriadhiphop.podcast@gmail.com. Hit us up there, or you can message us on any of our social media platforms: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
Back page. Shit. Hold on.
The government shut our back page down.
Yeah,
they shut us down.
Yeah.
Because we have big booty holes on there.
I was doing some wild shit. Had midgets in a Kool-Aid.
But yeah, again, we appreciate y'all for checking us out. This is your man, Uncle Kurt, and this is
Howie.
And we're going to see y'all on the next one, all right?
Peace.